Ready Player One is the latest film from Steven Spielberg. It is set in 2045 and it centres on a boy called Waithe who escapes to a virtual reality world called the Oasis, in which you can be anyone and do anything. And the rest of the world is completely engrossed in this Oasis. And 5 years ago, the creator of the Oasis, James Halliday, here played by Rylance, died. And when he died, he left behind a competition to find 3 keys hidden in the Oasis. Whoever got all 3 of these keys would then unlock an Easter egg. And the first person to get this Easter egg inherits $500 billion and complete control of the Oasis. And as the Oasis is so huge, control of the Oasis is control of the future. This film is pure cinematic magic and pure Steven Spielberg magic. There is no one who can create a film like this other than Steven Spielberg. This is exactly the sort of film that made Spielberg famous in the first place, and that's why you have to see it. There's so many Easter egg references, some of which even from his own films, which I thought were quite funny. But there are so many Easter eggs in this film that are so fun to pick up on, and you're going to enjoy the film for just picking up on those Easter eggs alone. And the best scene in the whole film, as long as you've seen this film or know all the iconic scenes, you will absolutely love this scene. The best scene comes about halfway through the film, but it takes place inside a very famous classic film and is so brilliant. And this film, I have to say, the visual effects are phenomenal across the board, absolutely flawless. There was never one moment I was taken out of the film because I noticed something that looked a bit dodgy. It all looks completely real, as the scenes shot in the Oasis are all motion capture, and I have to hand it to them. The animation, the motion capture, everything is just so well done, and the film is really well written. It's really fast paced. It's just it's a classic adventure film coming out today, and it's just phenomenal. I loved it so much. I had a smile from start to finish. There were only 20 minutes at the beginning of the second act that I was not smiling. I got a little bit bored. That was it. There's a few little problems with characterisation, so there's not much to latch onto. But when you're having this much fun in a film, you do towards the end start to latch on more to these characters as the situations become more heightened. And what I thought was really clever about the film is, seeing as they can die in the Oasis, but obviously their character will respawn, they'll just lose all their stuff. There's no real stakes, they die in the Oasis. But the film added real world stakes where people could get harmed in the real world, not just killed and respawned in the Oasis, which I thought was really clever, and so that added tension and it made you worry for the characters. And this film was actually a lot funnier than I expected. There were more jokes than I ever expected there could have been in a film like this. And they all landed. There was none that didn't land. All the pop culture references are really clever. You'd have to watch the last act of this film a million times to actually get all the references. There's so many. And the film is just a non-stop joyride. You can't not smile for the majority of this movie. And the best scene in the film, like I said, set in a very famous film, is exactly what cinema is made for. It's pure cinematic magic and pure Spielberg magic. And on a little bit more of a serious note, the film brings up some complicated issues about how engrossed people get in these worlds, and it brings up a very clever, complicated issue of what do we do when it gets this high. And the point it makes is this is probably going to be our future, that we're going to have this actual VR world people are completely engrossed in. This, the way it's going, is likely going to be our future. And sure, it's promising because the Oasis is an amazing place from the film, but it's a scary prospect, and I praise the film for bringing up that question. And so I loved the CGI. I loved everything about this film, save from 20 minutes. There's quite a good twist at the end involving one of the avatars, but there's actually quite a few plot twists as well in the actual film. And the real world versus virtual reality world stakes, I think, are really cleverly interwoven, and Spielberg just has such a brilliant sense for adventure, and this is exactly the type of film that he invented, type of adventure, action, enjoyable film he invented. And the fact he's over 70 years old and he's making films of this level and scale is phenomenal to me, and that's why we have to appreciate Steven Spielberg for his absolutely incredible work towards film. and because of his incredible sense of fun, the very well-paced film, very funny film as well, lots of brilliant Easter eggs, amazing, absolutely flawless CGI, I had to give Ready Player One 5 stars out of 5. I just couldn't help not smile this whole film. Whether you're a gamer or not, whether you've read the book or not, you need to go see this film. I hear it is very different from the book, but it doesn't matter if you haven't read the book, because it's just so fun. You will get all the references anyway. You'll get the plot. It doesn't matter. Everyone needs to see this film. This is just the kind of film we need right now. Just a big old joyride from start to finish. And the fact it's 2 hours 20 minutes long, I get that's a long runtime, but it's just good because you're having a smile on your face for 2 hours and 20 minutes and just encapsulated in complete joy. And like I said, best scene in the film is exactly what cinema is made for. The best scene comes about halfway through the film, and it's set in an actual classic film, so you will know it when you see it, but it's pure Spielberg and cinema magic, and so that's why I have no doubt about it to give Ready Player One 5 stars out of 5, despite dropping its momentum for 20 minutes and a lack of characterization. Anyway guys, that's my review for Ready Player One. Please go see this film if you just want to smile and have fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and goodbye.